Hello, my lovely duckies, and welcome to the Boneyard. And as always, I am your host, Caster. Now, here we are at part 2 of our NES collection. So, let's jump right into it, shall we? This one is going to be, you remember in the previous video, we did all my loose carts. Now we're going to get into CIBs and just everything else here. Let me adjust that camera there. Alright, so we can nice and see. Okay, so let's get started. So before we get into any of the games and stuff, I want to show off some other things first. So all right, there. Let's pull this out real quick. Hold on a second. All right. Oh yeah. So first up, my Legend of Zelda custom NES. This is the first one that I've actually custom painted. As you can see, the paint's starting to fade there, but yeah, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. As you can see, it's very smudgy. This was the Nintendo that I was using for the longest time, and yeah, so I think the paint job came out pretty good, pretty good. It was laying on a cable. Apparently, I didn't realize that. So after a while, it just kind of made a mark there, and you can see some of the paint didn't react very well. But other than that, it's on the bottom, so you never really notice it. But yeah, I think it actually turned decent, but I'd still like to make another one. But yeah, so that's my that's my first making a custom painted one, and to go with that, I got my custom painted controller. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as it should. It looked good at brand new, but this is like my first attempt at doing it. I would really do this over again. First off, I didn't paint underneath this overlay, so you can see all the gray poking up, and you can see the paint's coming off the buttons. Yeah, because you know if you're going to be using it, so I mean it's going to wear down after a while. The best thing to do that I've found out is to yeah, see that paint's starting to wear off. The best thing I found out to do is buy, if you can, try to buy different colored buttons. I know like retro modding, I think. No, Handheld Legend. I think Handheld Legend has Game Boy buttons, and they work well with or they work exactly with the NES buttons. So you could try that. So yeah, this is my first attempt, but so let's get on to my other one. And this is the one that everybody likes. At least every time I post it to social media, everybody always says, "Wow, that looks really good." And this was my second attempt at doing an NES, and I think it turned out much better. A lot of people were like, "Well, how'd you get the Nintendo logo on there?" As you can see, it's a little skewed. That's because this is actually a leather. This is actually a vinyl sticker. So yeah, but you just push it over, you put it over, and you peel it off. As you can see, it's not exactly leveled, but oh well. And then I got a vinyl sticker on top, and you can see paint starting to peel a little bit. But if you want to know how to paint stuff, and you can see, yeah, see, and this is all my, like, this is a second attempt, so each time I did this, I was getting better and better, because I wasn't really used to painting stuff. But I do have a video on how to like paint controllers. Check that out, and you should apply to like consoles and stuff. But I think all in all, this turned out pretty well, especially if you have this on a shelf and no one's like going to be really looking at it. I think it looks pretty good, and I'd actually like to RGB mod this myself. So yeah, so and it's like, well, why do you paint NES consoles? And it's like, well, I don't know. It's just I find it fun, and I think they just look really awesome. And I have them like displayed, and of course, a lot of you probably seen this one. This particular one has been displayed on the shelf in the background of most of my videos. So, and as you can see, that was just damage that was done to it. So it's a good way of getting rid of. I think it gets rid of de-yellowing. Making it where it's really ugly. Also, it hides bumps and scars and everything. From it makes it look a lot better. Sometimes this paint will fill in the scars or the scratches and stuff, so makes it a lot smoother looking. But I think that turned out really well. Only thing I hate about this is that this gets stuck. So I'm definitely going to have to, if I do an RGB mod on it, I'm definitely going to get the blinking light one for this one. Because this tray is just terrible. Yeah, see, I can't even get it. Alright, so, and then, I think I made a controller for it. And, it turned out pretty good. I think it turned out really well. I've hardly played it, but you can see also, again, it's starting to come up. So, I'm probably going to get blue buttons for this. And I don't really play with this one. This one's, like, on display. So, I'll get try to get some blue buttons and replace them. Actual blue buttons, not painted ones. And yeah, so it should look a lot better. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can find these overlays like pretty much anywhere on the internet, like eBay, and I think there's one place called like Retro Game Cases that actually has these. I'll leave a link in the description. But anywho, so and then and as the other one that everybody knows, the most recent one that I've done is the one from my RGB mod video. And I've been playing Legend of Zelda, by the way. I got my this one's been RGB modded. It's got the palette switch, and it's got a blinking light when installed, and then it has the port here on the back. Voltar actually was showing how Laserbear Industries came up with a better way to do this. They actually have like a Laserbear Industries. They have a like a guide that you can put over here, and it perfectly lines it up, and it's got a thing that locks in there, so you don't need to like screw it or anything. And I got this particular one off of eBay, some random guy who laser printed it. But and then I got brass buttons because I thought your brass buttons would look a lot better than just some regular clunky button or clunky steel screws, bolts. I mean, not buttons. Blech. And I can never find that same one as the Nintendo or as the Mario one. I can never find the same kind of label where it looks just like the original one. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the RGB one, and everybody's just like, oh, the controller for that looks so good, and yes, it does. So let's bring out the controller for this one, and oh no, those are some NES games I fell over and on a shelf there. All right, the cord knocked them over. I'll pick them up. But yeah, I got this controller. This is just a regular controller. I got this overlay, I think, from RetroGameCases.com. These buttons are from Hell Legend. So yeah, and all that was covered in my RGB NES mod video. So go take a look at that if you want to see more of that. But yeah, I think this looks a lot better. And yeah, this controller turned out well. This whole one turned out really well. So the third time's a charm. So yeah, and this is the one I normally play with. I was actually playing this a couple hours ago. Whoop. Yeah, I need to really did. I haven't put the screws in there back yet, and I really need to do that. But yeah, it has the blinking light win in it, the tray replacer. And if you don't have a blinking light win, get one. You'll never need to replace a tray again. It's just, man, this thing is hard as hell to get out. But I like doing it like this to get them out. Yeah, just kind of wiggle it on the back where it has these things here. But yeah, this thing does, when you first use this thing has a freaking vice grip. So be warned. Make sure you really want to play that game. Alright, so that was the Nintendo systems that I have that are custom. That are custom painted. And let's get on to some accessories here. Thought I would show everybody this. I picked this up a couple weeks ago from a retro gaming store. The NES Advantage. Yeah, this thing is really awesome. Good for shooters, too. You got a nice joystick. You have a slow button, which basically the slow button, all the slow button is just pressing the start button over and over again, and it slows the game down. That's really all that is. And then you get your big old buttons there, and it's great for like arcadey kind of games. Great for shooters, and also it has turbo functions. You press that down, you can dial the intensity of the speed. So if you're doing a shooter you can just hold this down and get rapid fire. So yeah, that's why it's called the Advantage. So really great. I used to play all my games on this. This is good for like Contra. This is good for like Mega Man. Um, it's good for like this is what I like playing Fester's Quest with. Just hold it down, and man, you're just like shooting like crazy. It's good for any kind of like game where you just gotta like rapidly press a button. So yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. If you can find one, get one. These things are amazing. And yeah, you can switch between player one and player two. So and it has to be plugged into both because it does have both. It does have both in there, and you have to You have to plug it into both at the same time for it to work. And then I guess if you're playing like something like Mario Brothers, you'll just like, Mario, Luigi, flip it over, hand it to the second person. But yeah, so anyways, so that was the NES Advantage. All right, so now we're gonna finally get into those CIB games. All right, so well, let's start out with since we had a Super Mario 3 NES. Let's go ahead and start with Super Mario 3. So this right here is actually the only Famicom game I own. Yeah, and it's complete in box, and it's really cool. I really don't want to open it, but I'll try to be very careful with it. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, it's not in the hugest best condition, so I'll be very careful with taking it. I'm not taking everything out on all these, so yeah, so you're just gonna have to imagine what they look like. But yeah, this is the Famicom cart. It does come with the booklet. It's all in Japanese, and let me see if I can get that back in there very gently. I want to be very careful with your box games. All right, so yeah, this is the Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Famicom. Really nice. I really like this artwork better than the American version, because the American version is just a solid yellow. But hey, whatever. So anyways, so let's get into Super Mario 3. Now this is the only copy I have, and this is the one that came with the challenge set, obviously. Yeah, when you have this was a pack-in game. They had one called the NES Challenge Set, and it was just basically an NES with 2 controllers, and it just came with Super Mario 3. Yeah, so really nice. Really really love this version. I got this one, managed to snag this one for like $30. It was like eBay listing, but I think the eBay lister was the seller was like some kind of like a Goodwill, kind of like a secondhand thrift store. One for charity, like the Red Cross or something, or excuse me, the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, Salvation Army, Goodwill, those kind of places. And yeah, I think they're just trying to get rid of this. So I picked this up for a good deal, and yeah, and you'll notice like some of my games will not be in these protective cases, and some of them are. That's because I just haven't ordered more. And don't worry, I do have some coming. They're just waiting in the mail right now. So hopefully we'll get them pretty soon. So if you're like, hey, how come some of them aren't? That's why. And believe me, I really want to get these in cases. And there's one that I really want to get in a case as soon as possible. And if you've seen a previous my video, a couple videos ago, you'll know which one it is. All right, so then we'll get into. I got Dr. Mario, as we talked about that in the previous video. So yeah, it looks really good, and I love this one. For some reason that will not stay down. But yeah, it's in pretty good condition. It's not the best, but it's pretty good, I think. Dr. Mario with germs that are fun to catch. But yeah, so Dr. Mario, I think I got this one for real cheap too. I think it was like $20. Yeah, so if you like collecting CIBs, not everything is like super super expensive. A lot of them like this one are kind of cheap, and sometimes you can get them cheap, and then the market for some reason just skyrockets. So let's see what else we got here. So next one I'm going to showcase is probably one that not a lot of people have seen, but King's Knight, really good condition that it's in. And honestly, I picked this up also for $20, I think, and 20 or 25. I got this off of eBay. Really good condition. It's like a you can see that it's kind of like a vertical, or it's like one of those like overtop shooters, except you're like a knight and you're going, going up the stage. So, but I don't really think it's all that fun. This was featured on like an episode of Cinemassacre, like I think it was like Jay and Mike, or Mike and oh god, Mike and James play or something, and yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's okay, but I got it because I was like, wow, I'd never seen this, and two, I love the artwork on the cover, and it was actually really good condition. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick this up. That's a lot of times why I'll pick up a game. CIB is not mostly because I want to play it, and mostly because it looks really good. It's in really good condition. It's cheap, and I really like the cover art. So, all right. So next up is, and these are ones that I've discussed in my previous video. These are the two. If you've seen the previous video, these are the two ones that don't have games inside of them. Because I don't have loose copies of these two. Everything else I have a loose copy of. This one I don't have a loose copy of, but I don't really like playing it, so I don't really care. This is sorry, King's Knight. But, yeah, so I do have, Batman Infester's Quest. And no, it's not sealed, but apparently the guy only removed that much of the cellophane. So this is the original cellophane. And I got this one for real cheap, too. And this one's real cheap. I think this was like $35. And I got this for I think $30. So, yeah, really good. And this one's actually in really, really good condition. The seller said that this was like their son's games, and he took really good care of them. And they were just kind of getting rid of them. And it sounded pretty ominous the way they said it. So I'm thinking maybe like this seller, like their son passed away. So, I don't know, but if that's the case, then I really want to keep this, for his legacy. I want to keep this, really, really nice, because this was in really great condition, and that's really awesome that he kept, apparently he had a bunch of CIB games that he just kept in really good condition. So I like to keep up that legacy of his and keep this as nice as possible. So that's why this is definitely in a plastic container. And then Fester's Quest, I put that in one because I didn't really want the cellophane to get tear up. So, yeah. So there's a little bit of a triage with some of these, of who gets one and who doesn't. Then we have Life Force, one of my favorite shooters of all time. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to Gallius. And, it's not in the best condition, but I thought I would just keep it in there. But, yeah. Konami code works on this. You get 30 lives, just like Contra. And, I think it's really fun. It's hard as hell, though. But, yeah. I love the artwork, too. Oh, man. Plus, it has that, same thing like Castlevania, where it had that on the side. And, so that looks really cool. I like that. Oh, yeah. Really weird thing, because you're supposed to be, in this giant snake thing. So you fight, inside its guts and stuff. It's really weird. But then you have, this weird molten fire stage. I don't know. But anyways, let's get on to it. So, put that down gently. Well, we had Super Mario Brothers 1. Well, we got Super Mario Brothers 2. And, as you know, I have this one loose copy. That's coming up there. And, I love this one. This one actually is in really good condition also. The person who sold, I think I got this for $25. So a lot of these ones I haven't really spent a whole lot on. I think now it's a little bit more, but yeah. So yeah, this is really, really nice. I like this. It's my favorite Super Mario game. Absolutely love it. I remember back in 1987, 1988, whenever this came out. I remember I got this for my birthday one year, and I could not believe it. I think I almost went faint. Yeah. And the first issue of Nintendo Power, this was on the cover, famously. So the first issue of Nintendo Power, was featuring Super Mario Bros. 2. So Oh yeah, absolutely love this. It's one of my favorite CIBs. Oh yeah, and when I say CIB, they have the manuals and everything inside. So all right, so now let's get into. Oh yeah, Wizards and Warriors, and look at that friggin' artwork. Awesome, awesome. It plays the Knight Kuros, and yeah, I just love this game. It's kind of been through some hell as you can see, but all in all, it's in pretty decent condition. And yeah, absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. It's one of my favorite games, despite it being made by Acclaim. But yeah, and I do believe, yes, I do. Um, Let me see here. Also have Wizards and Warriors 2, Iron Sword, and I had this whole thing about Iron Sword in the previous video. If you remember, if you didn't, go and watch it. So yeah, this is the Wizards and Warriors saga continues. So whoa, wow, look at that. Really good. I love it. And so I'm not really gonna go like what these games are because I've already explained it with the loose carts that I've had. So, but yeah, love these games here. Then let's see here. Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Um, this one's actually in really good condition too, and I know I need to get plastic cases for this. So we got Wheel of Fortune, and this is in actually like almost like immaculate condition, except for like this right here, and that's about it. It's other than that, it's in like perfect condition. Yeah, so amazing. I don't really care to play this because all the I don't know. I just don't really care to play Wheel of Fortune, but I picked this up because it was like I don't know, like $10-$20. So I was just like, wow, that's really good for like what it is, you know. So I thought, what the hell, might as well keep it because it looks really good. And then let's see here, one of my all-time favorite games, also, Ghoul School. Yeah, not in the best condition, but I do have the manual, and you can see right there that's kind of bad. But yeah, I got this from my birthday one day, and yeah, I think it was like my 14th birthday, and yeah, really freaking like this game. Um, it's kind of like where you go. The school is you're part of your high school. Or actually, not party, but your whole high school is possessed by like evil spirits and stuff and monsters, and you got to go around and destroy them. And there's a lot of exploration. It's kind of like a Metroidvania style game where you got to go and some places you can't get to because they're you need like items and stuff to get through. You know, certain areas are like they're impassable until you get like the right item. You know, so it's kind of like the way Metroid and um, the game style is set up. And I like how your main character's name Spike O'Hara. And supposedly, like I don't know if you can see over here, but he's supposed to have like a like real spiky hair, but he's also supposed to have like a rat tail. That's so 90s. And then they said this game, yeah, it came out in like 1990, 1991. So yeah, it's kind of a product of its time. But yeah, one of the definitely on the later end of the NES life cycle, because like Super Nintendo was already out by the time that this came out. So, but anyways, all right. So, anywho, so then we have classic Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2. This one's in a lot better condition. This one's not really in the greatest of condition. Also, on the back, I kind of got this for cheap, and this is the reason why. Oh, yeah. I saw that and I was like, well, I'll take it anyways because I got it for like I think $40, and I thought this normally goes up much higher, but yeah, I got a good discount because of that, and I thought, well, no one's ever gonna see it, and I'm not gonna resell it, so it'll look good like that, you know. But yeah, love Ninja Gaiden 2. All right, so then we're getting into some other stuff here. What we got here? I think we're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done. So let's go ahead and get into. Let's see here. I have two copies of Dragon Warrior. Yo, yeah. Um, Now you're like, well, Caster, why do you have two copies of Dragon Warrior? Well, no, I didn't find one in my garage. So, no, I got this one from a retro game store for $10, and it's actually in really good condition. There's like that little grease there, but other than that, it's in really good condition, and it's the 1 HP version. Apparently, when this game came out, the first run, the screenshot with the first release of this, the first North American release of this, it says, a slime attacks, thy hit decreases by 1. Well, apparently on subsequent releases, it says 2. So apparently that's the way you can find out if you have a first release or if you have a subsequent release. So apparently I have both of them. These are those ones. So yeah, I got this for $10 from a retro game store, and I was just like, damn, dude, this is in really good condition. And it's like, you can get the loose card for that much. And then I got this one off of eBay, I think for like $20 to $30, because I was like, no, I got it for less there. I think I got it for like 20. I talked the guy down to 20, and he sold it to me. And yeah, it's not in the best condition, but I thought, what the hell? I like Dragon Warrior. And yeah, something I'm going to try to clean that off there. Nope, I'm going to try to clean that off. That looks bad. But but anyways, I'm actually planning on selling this one. Actually, I think I do have this one for sale. On I think it's like McCarty or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, because I felt like I was like, well, 2 is probably too much, and I could probably resell this for a lot more money than I paid for it, because well, I want to keep this one because it's nice and neat. But the reason why I don't want to sell this one for a lot more than what I got it for is because, well, I have all of this to go with it. I have all the crap that went with it. Oh yeah, I have the Explorer's Handbook. Basically like a little strategy guide. I have the actual manual that comes with it. The Warrior's Adventuring Guide tells you where you should be and what you should have, basically at any up until level 20. And then I have the overworld map. I'm not gonna unfold it because it's too big and I don't want to, wreck it. But I actually have 2 copies of all these. Yeah, I have 2 Explorer's Guides. I have 2 of this, and 2 of these maps. Yep, I have 2 of everything. So I figured that I could sell this for a lot more money because I have all the little inserts, and I have all the inserts for this one too. I don't keep these inserts. I don't keep in the thing because I figured it would be way too much in there, kind of bulky. So I do keep these in my desk drawer. And the ones for this one too, I keep them in a desk drawer in a baggie, away from everything so they won't get damaged. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's why I have 2, and that's why I want to sell this one for more. So whoever's gonna get this is gonna get all this with it. So yeah, that's really awesome. And I would really love a big size poster. And actually I do. There's a little mini poster of this that came with this, and I actually have one of those, and I'm gonna keep it with this one. But I wish they had a much larger poster of this, because this looks pretty badass. All right, so now let's get into the final couple of games here. So we have Dragon Warrior 1, and then we have Dragon Warrior 2. Oh yeah. Now this is kind of a gem right here, because this is a little bit harder to get. Like Dragon Warrior 1 you can get anywhere. It is everywhere. But Dragon Warrior 2 and up, a little bit more rare to find. especially complete in box. I actually got this for $40 off of eBay a couple years ago, and I think it was a little higher, but I was able to talk the guy down a little bit. Um, and This is actually in really, really, really good condition. I'm really happy with it. I have not played it. I eventually would like to. Um, Maybe if I can get a loose copy. But yeah, I got the manual and everything goes with this. I don't have all like the little maps and inserts. I just have the manual with this. But I still feel like that still counts as complete in box. Um, but yeah, this is in really good condition. I love it. I love the artwork. It's much different from like the Japanese artwork, which is more which is like Akira Toriyama's art style. But yeah, I have not played this. Really would like to. Um, this one where you actually think you actually have like a party. So this is probably where the whole party system started in Dragon Warrior. Because in Dragon Warrior One, you just play as you just play as one dude. Whereas in the rest of them, you have like a party you play as, like normal RPGs. I would like to get 3 and 4, but complete in box, it oh my god, it is expensive. 3 and 4 goes up for like complete in box, and depending on the quality of it, can go into the hundreds of dollars. Yeah, I've seen like a Dragon Warrior 4 complete in box with all the maps and everything going for like $200-300. And even loose carts are like past the $100 mark. So those are very expensive. And actually, this one I think has gone up. I got it for 40, but I think this is actually like around $100 now, maybe even higher. But yeah, I don't want to sell it. It looks really great. I love it. So, and then we're gonna enter our last 2 games, and this one was on an episode of, actually I think the last episode of the Retro Roundup, or no, not the last episode, the previous one, the first episode of the Retro Roundup, Legend of Zelda. So I won't go too much into it because I already talked about it in that video. But yeah, you can see I don't have the map, but I do have the manual that goes in here, and it looks in pretty decent shape. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. And then we get to the one that caused a bunch of controversy. Excuse me. This one right here. This one that's an absolute pristine condition. Yeah, this one on Reddit, everybody was saying was fake, and right here is the only like part that's like bad. Is this right here? Everything else, this thing looks immaculate. It has the manual and everything, and it's just it's so great. I actually want to send this off to Wada to get it graded and put it in like a nice case because this thing is just immaculate looking. Oh man. But yeah, if you want to know more about this particular cart, go look at like one of my previous videos where I talk about if this is real or fake or not. But yeah, this is awesome. I was playing this one earlier, as you saw. But yeah, Ducky. So that's pretty much all my stuff here. So this is all my CIBs. I do collect these. I haven't like this and this is the last ones I got, and like these are like a month apart from when I got them, and after that, I can't tell you what the last CIB game I got was. I can't remember the last one I got. So yeah, it has been going down to a slow crawl, but still collecting, still looking out for stuff. So, anyways, Duckies, I'm so happy to be sharing this with you, and I hope you had a fun time listening to me ramble on. So, anyways, Duckies, please, please, please stay safe, be good to each other, and also, hey, why don't you like and subscribe? Casper's trying to get up there in popularity, so help me out a little bit. All right, Duckies, I'll catch you later in the boneyard.